about sporting event?
I was the most blown away at a sporting. Well, NASCAR as a kid, never knew how maniac that was. I was living in Alabama for like 6 months, and I went to a NASCAR race, and that was unbelievable. And then the next best one I could remember was when I first went to when I first started hanging out with Pat McAfee, and the Penguins were in they were in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and Pat got a private jet, and we all flew to Pittsburgh one night. And I'd never been into an electric ass game, like a hockey playoff game in a town where they live and die by their team. Pittsburgh Penguin fans. It was the most electric sporting event I've ever been to in my life. Was a playoff game, and it went into OT, and then the Penguins won. They were playing the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we took a private jet there, and then a bus there, like a cool bus, one of them all black buses picks you up at the jet and drives you straight there. And then Pat got the celeb treatment, so he walked through the back door and all that cool shit. Yeah. And then we just had an awesome seats, and it was just the most electric thing to go into overtime and then win that game. And then all the way pouring out into the streets when it was over, it was just the most electric shit ever.
Yeah, no, I think playoff hockey it's the best, man. I've been to a lot of shit, but the energy, like you said, it is just electric. Well,
it can't be fucked with.
I think you've had two of the coolest bosses between Barstool and Pat. Like, give me your favorite story working for Pat, and then your favorite Barstool story.
Well, Pat, I might have to say that was it. That was the one. Mm-hmm. That private jet to go. He'd do that whenever he wanted, because one time he's like, I had a gig in Myrtle Beach in July of like 2017, I think. Mm-hmm. Maybe, I believe 17, possibly 16, but I was headlining a club in Myrtle Beach, and I didn't realize it was going to be 180 degrees there, that you can't even go to the beach because the sand is like Iraq sand. You can't even, it's too hot to hang out in. And then the wind was blowing also, so you got the hot sand just in your face. It was brutally uncomfortable, and he got a private jet there, and this time there was a flight attendant on it. Like, that's how big it was.
Wow.
And then on the way, we did a gig, and I go, well, you could just have my Saturday night on both shows. Like, I'll just MC, or I'll middle, and then, our other friend, Todd, I think Todd hosted. Todd middled the other days, and then the last day, Pat, I go, you have Saturday, so he promoted it, and he told anybody who comes to these shows, and I just let him, I go, you headline it. The club didn't care. I go, listen, this guy's about to sell it out way more than me. We're going to adjust it a little bit. Your host won't work Saturday, but we'll still pay him. Todd or I will host, and then the other guy middled, and then Pat headlined, and then he bought picked up everybody's tabs in the showroom that night.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, and then we went to a bar afterwards, and he would say, anybody who's touching the bar, get him a shot. So then the guy would line up like 80 shots, and then it was just on, and it was just awesome time. It was just like, and then I'll tell you, it was the feeling of like being in a private jet when you're like laying on a couch by yourself, drinking a beer as you're taking off with no seatbelt on, and like that's when the flight attendant's handing you a beer, like as you're ascending right off the tarmac. That was an incredible feeling that I'll probably never feel again, but it was good then.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, the stories I hear about Pat, just that he is the fucking best guy. That's the same thing Todd said.
He's
like,
great.
It was just such a crazy thing how it all came together, but just working for him it's just got to be, it's hard to even imagine calling it a boss, just that he's so fucking cool. What about Barstool?
Yeah,
you got a good Barstool story? We got a ton of Barstool
I have
fans.
to say, when I mean, all rough, I think the best Barstool moments are the Rough and Rowdy moment.
Yeah, which is so cool.
I lost the first one by a split decision. But the walk-in with Pat, and we were in West Virginia, and we played the song, the West Virginia song, and then that was just so electric, and then just not even almost remembering what the hell. It was just such a whirlwind of maniac status that I just, before I knew it was just over, and I'm like, what happened? So I think that whole experience, that first Rough and Rowdy against Smitty, that was probably my most memorable Barstool experience.
I can't imagine with coming down the aisle and the music and the pre-fight, and just, it was fucking incredible to watch. I can't imagine
Country Road.
Yeah, in the moment of just that place was rocking, and I think I get a pretty big high off of stand-up, but I can never imagine that pre-fight walk just always seems like it'd be fucking incredible.